Today, I'm going to show you how to edit day for night footage. So if you shot footage during the day, which is what most people do, especially if you want to make it look more like nighttime, well, I'm going to show you this awesome plugin from Boris Continuum that will allow you to use Final Cut Pro and edit your day for night footage flawlessly. Also, I do want to let you know that you can get this effect within the Color Essentials Units pack from Boris FX for only $59 without any subscription needed. It also comes with Mocha. All right, back to the video. Now, I do want to add a word of caution here. This effect will not work for every type of clip. It also depends on how you shoot it, what type of weather you're shooting in, where the sun is during the day. For example, I do think shooting when the sun is not at its harshest point in the sky is the best way to do things, because harsh sunlight can easily reflect off of a person's skin, especially my pale skin, and that can easily show that this was shot during the day, and day for night will not really look that great with that type of shot. It also depends on the cloud coverage. If you get an overcast day, that's fantastic because it diffuses the sun naturally and it makes it a lot easier to transform day to night. Now here we are in Final Cut Pro. I preloaded some footage right here into the timeline, some of which I shot and some of which is stock footage from pexels.com. Now this footage already appears to be color graded and already lit perfectly. But I'm going to show you how BCC can work with existing color grades and make things look even better, and it can even be used as a LUT. With the clip selected, we're going to first go over to the color corrector. There are a few things that we have to adjust, such as the exposure and the saturation. So right off the bat, I'm going to decrease the exposure on the highlights, a little bit on the midtones, and some on the shadows. We're going to go to the saturation now. I'm going to decrease the midtones here, and I'm going to slightly decrease the highlights. Now that we have that set, we're going to go into the effects panel and go to BCC Day for Night. You can simply go in the search bar at the bottom, type in Day for Night, and BCC Day for Night will appear. As you can see here, it previews what the clip will look like with this effect applied. There is some work that needs to be done here. So we're gonna drag and drop it onto the clip, and now let's work with what we have. So I'm gonna go to the effects panel and the effects editor here. So what BCC does is that it applies a color filter, such as this blue cyan right here, and it adds these blurs. Now the blurs are a really cool effect and give off that dreamy look, but for this specific clip, I don't really want that. So I'm going to reduce the blur, and I'm gonna go down to the moonlight color, which is this blue tint that's applied over this clip. And I'm gonna go to the exposure compensator. I'm gonna increase that just a little bit. I'm gonna go back to my color board, and as you can see here, the shadows are completely crushed. So let's restore some of the shadows here by going back to the exposure. I'm gonna bring up the shadows just a little bit, some of the midtones as well. We need to bring it up pretty significantly here. There we go. Awesome. All right, maybe bring back a little bit of the saturation, just a tad. And look at that. We have a beautifully done day for night. You can play back the clip right here. You can see the before and the after. Definitely looks more like moonlight, but I would use this more as a LUT rather than a day for night effect. So this is how you can use BCC day for night as a LUT, and I love it. Now let's go to this next shot of this person running on the beach. As you can see, it's an overcast day with the sun kind of peeking through. We can see the reflection of the sun right here in the wet sand, but we can completely transform this into day for night very easily. I'm gonna go to the color corrector with that clip selected. I'm gonna drop down the exposure here, decrease the saturation because this sun is yellow. I wanna take away that yellow. Moonlight is more of a whitish color. Great. Now I'm gonna drag and drop BCC Day for Night. Boom, look at that. It's almost perfect already. I'm just gonna remove that blur, and I'm gonna drop down the exposure some more, and in the shadows too. And we immediately get a silhouette, which is fantastic. So it looks more like moonlight peeking in through the clouds. I think it's a very unique way to look at nighttime. You can still see all of the clouds. This looks more like the moon now. I'm gonna decrease the saturation a little bit more. And now we can play back the clip and you can completely see the difference here. Okay, so let's go to this last shot right here, which was shot on my Sony a7S Mark III in S-Log3. What we're first gonna do is we are going to apply a conversion LUT. If you're using a Sony a7S Mark III, you can download this free conversion LUT down below. It's directly from Sony. And I'm gonna apply that conversion LUT using the custom LUT tool in Final Cut Pro. So here's the custom LUT tool. You can find that in the effects panel, and I'm gonna apply this conversion LUT. You can see that immediately it transforms your S-Log3 footage into Rec 709, so it looks fantastic. Now this is a plain shot. I really want the logo, the Rizvani logo, to pop out some more. So I'm gonna add the BCC day for night, and it's gonna make this shot look a lot more spacey. So I'm gonna drag and drop that right here. Again, I'm gonna limit the blur effect. I'm gonna take away some of that blue moonlight color. I'm gonna bring back some of the shadows here. And look at that, we get that Rizvani logo really popping, and you can see the before and the after. It looks really cool, especially with these ceiling lights. It makes it look much more spacey and more futuristic. Now, with BCC day for night, we also have the ability to use the Mocha Mask. So if you want to track something specific within the shot and apply this effect only to that part of the frame, you can easily use the Mocha Mask feature. You can load it up directly right into Final Cut Pro. So here is the clip in Mocha Masking. I did do a tutorial on Mocha Masking, so you can check out that tutorial right here. But just know that that feature is available to you. So if you check out the links down below, you'll see that Boris FX now offers effects separately. So instead of buying it in a huge bundle, you can now buy it separately. So it's an extra option for those of you who just want specific effects. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving it a like, and let me know in the comment section below if you're gonna use Boris day for night in your own projects. I'll see you in another video. Peace.